So Meteor has been moved out and Haunted House is sitting in its rightful spot right next to Black Hole. So I'll talk a bit about the work I did, and then we'll play a couple games, and I'll show you actually how Haunted House actually plays and what the rules are on the game. So obviously it's a 3 playfield game. You got the main playfield here with the green plexiglass window down into the lower side. The upper playfield here, this is called the attic or the upstairs, and this would be the cellar or the basement down here. It's an 8 flipper game, 4 pop bumpers. And I'll tell you, I haven't really played this game a whole lot before I bought this one, and I really enjoyed this upper playfield. It's really a cool design with the pop bumper here in the center. The ball tends to fly back and forth between the 2 sides, and you get this little tiny 2-inch flipper here on the left side and a full-size 3-inch flipper on the right. You know, when the ball comes up the shooter lane here, it comes up underneath this upper playfield, and then there's a gate. It'll bounce back and forth, and it'll go down one of these 3 lanes here. It either goes down the left hole here, which goes directly to the cellar, obviously, to cellar. The middle hole doesn't go anywhere. It shoots it right back out. It's an out kick, and it'll normally come down here and hit one of your left side flippers. And then on the right hand side, it sends you up to the upstairs. You'll make it up to the upper playfield here, and then what you're trying to do is drop the drop targets. As you drop the drop targets, you drop the whole bank, and then it lights the second yellow light here. If you do it again, it lights the third. If you do it again, it lights the fourth. And I believe that's how you get double scoring. Let's read the instructions, shall we? Bonus multiplier. Ball changing levels advances bonus multiplier except lower level up kicker and upper level ramp. Okay, so if you change the level by going up this kicker to here, or by dropping down to the lower playfield, then you increase your bonus multiplier. Except the lower level up kicker. Okay, so coming up from the bottom floor doesn't do it, but dropping down from above does. So you can drop down into the cellar one of 4 different ways. 4 different ways. Either over here in this hole, over here where it says secret passage, it's actually, it looks like a target, a stand-up target, but it's actually a spring-loaded target that moves away, and you can actually go down into the cellar from there. Underneath the ramp, there is a trapdoor that opens. If you watch the Restore series, you saw me playing with that trapdoor because the trapdoor was one of the things that didn't work. And then the 4th way is up here from the attic or the upstairs. If you drop down this hole here, it goes all the way to the cellar, which is pretty neat. So, okay, that increases your bonus multiplier. Double scoring, completing lower level target bank twice, or upper level target bank 3 times, lights double scoring from middle level. Making 11 hits on the upper level lights double scoring for lower level. Making 11 hits on the lower level, double scoring on the upper level. Okay, so there it's talking about these stand-up targets. You got one here on the lower level, you got one over there, and then you got the stand-up targets up here in the attic, in the upstairs. So hitting those with double scoring. Whoops, I accidentally started a game. Double bonus, 3 holes at the entrance, light double bonus when left hole lights upper level, center hole lights lower level, right hole lights middle level. So these lights here, double bonus when lit, so if you drop into this hole, it'll light the double bonus for the upstairs. If you drop into that hole, it lights the double bonus for the cellar, and this hole over here lights the double bonus for the main floor. Okay, well that makes more sense. Let's see what else we got. Extra ball, completing targets 1 through 5 in order, or completing any drop target bank lights the extra ball. So you'll see extra ball lit here. And this is that kickback, the right kickback that wasn't working. I had to replace that coil. It was completely burned up. And the transistor was bad too. So when that lights, you got to put the ball in there to score the extra ball. If you hit any target on the playfield, it turns it off. And then if you hit another light on the playfield, it turns it back on. So you have to shoot the ball into there while it's lit, and as you're playing the game, it'll go on, off, on, off. It's kind of tricky. Okay, and then the special, completing targets 1 through 5 in order, or completing the upper level target bank 3 times, lights the lower level hole for special. Completing the lower level target bank twice, lights the upper level bank for special. Okay, so yeah, you get it right here. On the lower level, in the cellar, the special is here in the back or the front of the cellar, whichever way you look at it. There's actually a hole here, kind of like that. It's kind of hard to see, it's not lit up right now. And that hole will, I'm actually gonna turn the game off and turn it back on. I accidentally started a game. So that hole will shoot you back out, right? So there you can kind of see it now. And there was this special. Yep. Okay, so that's the game, right? In a nutshell. So, yeah, and as far as the work that was done, you know, it was a lot of cleaning. It was quite a bit of painting. I had to completely repaint around the lower left pop bumper here, around where that guy's sitting at the dinner table. I won't get too close, so you might be able to tell. A bunch of the yellow color here, the peach color, was worn away above that pop bumper. These pop bumpers had these floating Mylars under them, and they cause a lot of wear. And I replaced them with some that are stuck down to the playfield. So I had to repaint around that pop bumper a lot. It was completely worn down to the bare wood. All of this in the front was worn away to the bare wood. The bonus multiplier was worn away. Up here in the top, when the ball comes through the gate, it bounces off this rubber and bounces off the gate, and it goes back and forth a bunch of times. And there was a groove worn all the way across the word welcome. So I had to repaint that. And yeah, just here where the kick out is, you know, the kick out, always the ball drops in always the same place. So of course that was worn away. I had to repaint that. And then in the lower play field, I didn't do a great job down here. I got impatient with the green, and I just used what I had. But where the ball drops on the lower play field, it drops on the lower play field in 4 different places. And in each one of those places, the graphic here was worn, and I had touched it up, and then I actually installed a small little Mylar over top of it. So when the ball falls on there, it's not going to cause any further damage. Let's see what else. Rebuilt all 8 flippers, as I said. The pop bumpers, I rebuilt all 4 of them. Brand new pop bumper assemblies or bodies, and let's see, what else? We had a couple of burned up coils. I told you that the coil for the the coil for the slingshot was burned up too. The right slingshot here, that coil was burned up. It actually burned up while I was working on the game. It, I think a transistor locked on, and it's not a transistor. It was actually the switch. It was actually the little leaf switch here. And I've ordered some new ones, but I do need to keep an eye on that, because that switch, those contacts were able to touch, and they didn't weld themselves together. One of them actually kind of caught under the other one and was sitting like that. In any case, it fried that coil, and I had to replace it. Also, the coil here, as I said, for the right kickback was burned up. And then the 5 bank drop target coil, I just fixed that the other day, yesterday. And then down here, you see the kick out down there, the hole, that coil was burned up. So there were at least 4, maybe 5 that were fried. The soundboard, I did a bunch of work to the soundboard, but the soundboard still doesn't work 100%. I have another soundboard heading my way. I'm going to try to use 2 to make 1 good one. And right now there's a little bit of a hum, and I have the sound turned all the way down right now. But the sound does work. You'll hear it in the video here, and sounds okay. But when the game's not playing, it makes quite a hum in the background. New back glass, brand new back glass from a local supplier up here in Europe, and they did a really incredible job with that. And what else? I guess that's it. The coin door was in good shape. I had to do some wiring repairs. Somebody had hacked up the wiring for the flippers, because this game actually has 2 flipper buttons on each side. It can get confusing. This is for the main playfield. This is for the cellar and for the attic. So when you go upstairs and downstairs, you have to remember to use the right flipper buttons. Otherwise, you feel stupid when the ball goes right past them. So yeah, the wiring was all jacked up there. I had to fix that. And strange thing was, I put the wiring back to factory and everything was fine. So I fully expected to see like a burned up transistor, some other problem that was driving them. Nope, everything worked fine once I soldered it back the way it was supposed to go. So who knows? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to put the camera up on the tripod here and I'm going to start the game and we'll play a few games of Haunted House. All right, so let's play a couple games. I have removed the glass because videotaping pinball is hard enough as it is, let alone with the glass on there. So I hope you can see everything. The lower playfield is going to be kind of hard to make out, but let's see how this goes. And I'm not the best pinball player in the world. I'll just come right out with the disclaimer. And don't have a whole lot of practice on the game, so let's see how it goes anyway, though. Right downstairs immediately. The good thing is with this game, unlike Black Hole penalizes you if the ball goes downstairs. You pretty much are forced to complete some drop targets before the ball can come back up and not go down the toilet. So Haunted House is not that way. It's nice. If you go downstairs and you drain, it comes right out on the main playing field, which is really good. I like that. I'm trying to get it up the ramp to the upper playfield. Very good. All right, let's try it again. I'll probably need to put another half a degree on this game. I figured I would get used to it first before I made it too hard. Now we're up on the upper playfield. So we're trying to get those drop targets down there. All right, all three. Just can't figure out that flipper to get up that ramp. I don't. Oh man. Whew. All right, let's try another one. Here we go. Straight downstairs again. I got the upper double scoring on the upstairs level if I can get up there. I got double scoring upstairs now. It's really where you can make your points. All the way down to the cellar. Ooh. These Gottliebs have a really wide flipper gap here. Can make it tough. All 4 of my Gottliebs are like that. Oh, man. 203,740. Yeah, it's a tough game. For being a wide body and a big wide play field, it does play pretty fast. Black hole's the same way. I think part of the issue is, I mean, it does have these high energy slingshots here. Black hole, the ball moves around really fast, and this game's no different. The other thing that kind of hurts you is this lower right flipper here. There's no guide underneath of it. So if you raise that flipper, you leave a huge space for that ball to go down through this inlane here, down to the toilet. You might notice that flipper was sticking a couple of times. I have to replace the end of stroke switch on that. I saw that it was, it's kind of catching as the flipper goes all the way up, but the flipper's not locking on, so it's not gonna burn anything up. It's just mechanically catching sometimes, so I gotta get a couple of them on order. But let's play one more game. So the trick is you really want to start upstairs and stay up there as much as possible. And right there, I was using the wrong flipper. See that? Ah, that quick. Down. Oh man, horrible. Oh brother. Totally blew that ball. Golly. All right. Let's get it again. Get upstairs. Stay upstairs. Oh. See if we can get that trap door to open. No! Oh, God. So underneath this ramp is a trap door, and one of the ways to open it is to hit this switch here. The other way is, I believe, if you go through there twice. If you go through once, you arm it, and then the second time opens it. I think that's how it works. So upstairs, use the right flippers. Oh, there we go. I was lucky. Tear him up to the top there. Alright, back into the cellar. We're at 5x bonus multiplier now, and we have the extra ball lid. Let's see if we can collect on it. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Oh no. Well, that's Haunted House. 167,000. So yeah, hope you enjoyed watching the restore. I'm really happy with the game, and hopefully the gentleman who I got this from, it's sat, you know, broken in their basement for 10 years. So I hope you watch this video, and yeah, for anybody else, you know, don't be afraid of buying a broke game. You know, as long as the cabinet didn't get water damaged, and the you know, I would say that the MPU, the actual main board, as long as it didn't get too much corrosion damage. But even nowadays, if you're willing, you can buy replacement MPUs for most of these games. Thankfully, with this game here, it did have some acid damage on that board, but I was able to clean it. And the main board was fine. I actually didn't have any problems at all on the main board. So yeah, don't be afraid to buy an old game and fix it up. You might learn a lot, as I have. You know, every time I do one of these restores, I learn a lot. And, you know, it helps you maintain your collection. So I hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy.